Hey guys, hope you guys are all having a good Tuesday. What's left of it, if you're here, like it's almost 5 o'clock, literally like 5 till 5. So I have tried my best to respond to all of the messages over on Facebook, and I figured this would be the easiest way to try to explain what happened with Kaitlen on Friday going into the weekend. If you hear something like kind of sizzling over here, I'm using my Foreman grill. So kind of a cooking with me video. I'm making some steaks over here on the grill. So anyways, Friday I get home from work. Well, Thursday night when I went to work, she was complaining about her tongue swelling up. It's been one of those complaints that's been going on a little bit here and there, but she was able to kind of get it under control with Benadryl. It ended up being a lot more in depth of what's really been going on here with her. You know, I work crazy hours and all of that. We're not dealing with a minor here. We're dealing with, you know, she's 19 years old. So she kind of tried to go her own way about it. 3 months ago, she had a wisdom tooth that came in. And I keep pointing here, but it's actually on the bottom. Or is it on the top? I don't know. Tooth number 32 was impacted, and it caused her to have some jaw pain, which made her stop eating. And this all just came crashing down around me on Friday night into Saturday morning while we were in the ER. So she's basically been taking a whole lot of Benadryl, a whole lot of ibuprofen, you know, anything to kind of get rid of the pain. And I think that she felt like because I work so much, she just didn't want me, you know, want to bother me with the whole dentist thing, which is just nuts. But that's how they are. You know, they see me working so much. And anyhow, so I get home on Friday, and I plan on taking her to the doctor anyways. I had some trouble with my car, so I'm always having trouble with that car. Like, I literally want to, like, take it out in an open field, drop the gas tank, and just strike a match to it. But that's a whole nother conversation. So, let's see. So, I had a friend of mine come, and she helped me get her to the doctor. We get in the doctor's office, and I notice that her face is getting really red and flushed. And they take her back, and they do the blood pressure with the cuff, and it's 206. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So they tell me they can take her by ambulance. She deals with a lot of anxiety already, so I was like, no, I'll go ahead and take her straight through. We have a lot of those stationary ERs. So I got her there to the first one. They took her back. They ran another test, you know, the cuff test, pressure cuff test with her blood pressure. In like 18 minutes, it was up to like 236. So it was like, okay, she's going. So we got her to the hospital. Well, they got her to the hospital. And I had to come back home and get an overnight bag and get, you know, the stuff. You never know when you're coming home once you get there. So there was an issue with the hospital that she normally goes to for emergencies. So we ended up having to go to the other hospital, which I really don't like going to. So we get in there. Of course, it's in the ER, and there's just crazy chaos. I mean, we were in the hallway, and she was in a bed in the hallway for like 3.5 hours, like literally. We get her back in the first area, and it's just nothing like what I'm used to at the other hospital. It's just basically a room with a bunch of curtains and people all around you. So the girl that came in, one of the nurses that came in, they gave her a shot of Benadryl and some other medication. Well, the girl slammed it through the IV, which just completely freaked me out. You're supposed to, you know, inject very slowly any kind of medication. So her doing that caused Caitlin's heart rate to go completely through the roof. So then they're bringing in EKG machines, and I'm sitting there just a ball of nerves, tears just falling. I didn't know what was going on with her. So finally they decided to admit her. We sat in there all night long, like 7 a.m. The main doctor came around, and he's like, we're going to go ahead and keep her. We get her in a room about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I hate to look away, y'all, but that's just the way it is whenever I'm like trying to recall stuff. So we get her in there, and they start running all these other tests on her. The blood pressure was still through the roof. They put her on one medication they tried, and it was like kind of working. So basically all day Saturday and all night Saturday night, they were just trying to get the blood pressure, you know, back down. So they did that, and then, you know, they were like, you know, we're concerned with the weight loss. She's lost a whole bunch of weight. And then that contributed to her not really eating a whole lot of food over the last 2 months. So, I mean, she ended up having a B12 deficiency. Her iron was very low. They gave her those medications while she's in there too. So with all of that going on, it took them until yesterday afternoon to, they diagnosed her with something. To me, it's like a swollen tongue syndrome. It's hard for me to say whether it was an allergic reaction to all of the medicine that she had been taking for the last 2 months. She hasn't opened her mouth very wide. Everything's been going through a straw. And, you know, the schedule that I have, it's just, I mean, she's grown. I don't sit on top of her, so I just never paid attention to it, you know. She's never really said anything. So it was a lot to take in for me. Really a whole lot to take in for me. But anyways, so her weight was 179 2 or 3 months ago, last checkup that she had, and she's down to like 138 pounds now. So that explains why all the levels dropped as far as nutrition levels, you know. So basically, she has 3 referrals. She's going to have to go and see an allergy doctor. She's going to have to go to physical therapy to get the jaw back open, you know, so that she can eat again, and a dentist, obviously, to get this wisdom tooth out. She is on 2 different blood pressure medications. She's got to take one twice a day, one once a day, and then of course the B12 and the iron supplements as well. So I'm really trying to just, you know, have the patience that I normally have when things like this happen in life. I mean, none of us asked for this to happen to our kids, you know. The hardest thing that I'm having, you know, a problem processing right now is the fact that she's lost so much weight, and the fact that she's dealing with high blood pressure at the age of 19. It's just not anything that I ever imagined that would happen, you know, to her. But it's life. It's what we deal with, you know. Forgive me, I'm cooking dinner right now because I am planning on going to work tonight. She is good enough for me to go. I've only missed 2 days, so I've got to get some time clocked in. But, you know, it's kind of touch and go right now. We're not going to really know the full answers of what she's allergic to until they get her in front of a, you know, get her to the allergy doctor. I'm cooking on a Foreman grill right now, and the meat is not wanting to fit here. It looks really good, though, y'all. Look. Like, if you have one of these little Foreman grills, this is like the best investment in the world. I don't have a tray thing here, so I have to use like a shallow pan. But I haven't had like real food all weekend. Like, literally, I lived on coffee, but I live on coffee anyways. Other than that, I mean, that's as much of an update as I can give you. She's good. You know, she's taking her medication. I do have plans of creating some Mars sheets, which is a medication, like, sheet where she can, you know, check everything off. I did get the Boost drinks as a meal replacement for right now because I really want her to try to get the calories in every day. That's really important, you know, but I think that right now we just have to kind of wait. I mean, I'll try to update you guys again as soon as I know more. But for now, she's resting, and, you know, I can kind of breathe a little bit, you know. As far as crafts, I did start 2 other projects over there, but with everything happening over the weekend, it's just one of those things I don't really want to go into right now. You know what I mean? But the hurricane, we were good for the hurricane. No damage here, no issues here. It kind of went around us. I've gotten a lot of messages from friends that are in the Panhandle that are dealing with a lot right now. I think some of them still have power outages up there. Terry's camp, where he is at, it got affected, but it wasn't anything where they had to be moved. But the camps that are around him, they had a lot of damage. So he's good. As far as I know, he's good. Hopefully we can get through this, you know, and get her back on the right track. I really, really hope, you know. It all just kind of happens so fast, but that's just life for me. Everything just happens so fast. You know what I mean? So I hope this is a good update for you guys. Thank you all so much for your prayers. I'm going to get off of here and finish dinner and get my stuff ready for work. So I love you guys. I will try to reach out to some of y'all on Facebook, and I will try to get back over here as soon as I know more. So thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.